Okay, reading from the Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta, Book 2, Chapter 1, Text 85. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatrāsādhāraṇaṁ harṣaṁ, lapsyase mat-prasādataḥ, vilambaṁ pathi kutrāpi, kuruṣva kathañcana. By my mercy, there you will obtain extraordinary pleasure. Go and don't delay anywhere on the road for any reason. Purport: the pleasure to be had in Vrindavan, shut the door please. The pleasure to be had in Vrindavan is incomparable, superior to all four kinds of success in worldly endeavor, religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. The Brahmin should be undistracted while on the road to Vrindavan. He shouldn't stray from devotional service onto the side roads of Gyan and Karma. Okay, wait a minute, 1 second. The Brahmin should be undistracted while on the road to Vrindavan. He shouldn't stray from devotional service onto the side roads of Gyan and Karma. Okay. Om Jnana Timarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Taksur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Sapadantikam Pancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So greetings from Govardhan. I'm at the Govardhan Bhakta Seva Ashram, and it's just so nice. I have a little audience here. Some disciples are coming to stay with me the last few days. Different groups. Shama Sundari from Colombia. They'll come to the ashram tomorrow with 18 people, and we'll serve them prasadam. Sri Rupa Seva Kunj is having a retreat, training preachers, people who are actually committed to that service, about 150 of them. Very sophisticated training in all kinds of subject matters relevant to that. So and I'm also teaching there. In that regard, unfortunately, it's unprecedented almost. I missed 2 Wednesday classes in a row, so I will not miss the next Wednesday class. I will arrive in New York at 6 a.m. on Wednesday. The class starts at 7:30, so in likelihood, I will be giving the class in the car on the way to New Jersey. And I'll give a special class. I'll kind of, I think it'd be very interesting. I'm going to sum up my seminar that I gave to the preachers class on about 10 realizations I have that someone who wants to communicate Krishna consciousness should have. Bhakti, I'll give that to you separately, okay? Will you and Radhaji, before I leave, we'll have a half hour. This Govardhan community is amazing. And I've been spending time with, practically every day with Niranjan Swami and Bhakti Vigyan Goswami. There's a Ayurvedic retreat center about someone would pick me up on a motorbike every day, and it was hair-raising. But if there's no traffic, it takes about 15 minutes. But it's hair-raising. Because when there's traffic jams, the motorcycle has to go. But it's an Ayurvedic retreat center. I don't know how much, sometimes you want to take care of the body in Vrindavan, but it has a lake in the middle, beautiful, clear lake. And here's the interesting thing about it. The famous Ayurvedic doctor who runs the retreat center was my student 38 years ago when he was 12 years old. So now he's 50. In fact, years ago, he has a center in Udupi. He treated me for free. He called me there for free. And he does things by astrology. It's very interesting. He has these little shells, I don't know, and he imagines the chart, and he does a prashna at the time or something like he's from a Radharāman Goswami family, and he's a character. Yeah, I have many stories. I visited his place. So I'll be headed back, and Narayana Parasarve, Nakutas Chanya Bibhyati, Swaga Pavaga Narakeshu Apitulyata Darshana. That one who is Narayana Parayana, who has love for Narayan, Narayana Prasad, Nakutas, Swaga Pavaga Narakeshu. It doesn't matter. Swaga Pavaga Apitulyata Darshana. It doesn't matter. As long as he's Narayana Parayana, he's serving Krishna.
It's from Bhagavatam?
What?
It's from
Bhagavatam, yeah. And then, one time there was the most famous sadhu in Vrindavan now. There's 20,000 people that lined the street at 2:30 in the morning to greet him. Some people don't like it 2:30 in the morning, but they lined the street to greet him. And some people I know used to go to his lectures on Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta by Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta Saraswati, which is the most, I'll put it, fanatic Braj book. He has sentences like, I'd rather hear the Prajalpa of the Brijbasis than attain love of Godhead any place else. So he was giving classes on that, but he made a point. He said, we shouldn't live Braj, but to serve Braj, if we go outside to serve Braj, it's not different than Braj. That gives you some satisfaction, huh? We can feel it to a certain extent. And now this Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta, this is the story that Maharaj Parikshit is telling Uttara based on her inquiries on she wants to know, because the first book told the topmost recipient of Krishna's mercies, the gopis, what's their residence. And we discussed before this, you want to understand the tattva of any person, you can understand the person and the place, because the place is constructed for the person's desires. So you understand the place, you understand the person, you understand the person, you understand the place. So there's something in this tattva that now we have to, because the whole idea is to explain to us the topmost objective, Parama Dasha Antim, Parama, the top, Antim, the end. The end of the top stage, the end of the top stage is what Lord Chaitanya came to give. And Sanatana Goswami has the mission to give this to the world, and he does it through what I call Samadhi Bhashya, this channeling of this story. We don't say that it's just a novel. We say it's some reality within the infinite time, the universe, which is beyond spatio-temporal, beyond space and time, somewhere beyond space and time. He has access to that and tells this story of, Maharaj Pariksit summarizing the Bhagavatam to Uttara in a different type of story after he died. So now he tells it in terms of a story, and it's a story about a Brahmin who's from Mathura but left with his family and gets this, and he has simple faith and he worships this local, like it seems like a Durga deity, but they give him the Gopal mantra. And then through dream, tell him to go, basically to go to, to Vrindavan, and he stops at different places where he becomes attracted to. One is a place of dharma, one is a place of gyan, one is a place of karma, one is a place of gyan. He becomes attracted to, because these things are very attractive. When you get the perfect Brahmins chanting the mantras, when you get people that are legitimately sattvic and renounced, you may want to be attracted to follow those processes. But there's no cafe. Joking with you. She likes my sense of humor, so I tell jokes with her sometimes. He keeps on going in this direction of Vrindavan, and then on the way he stops in Prayag where there are Vaishnavas, but it's not Vrindavan. And he gets a little confused. They give him good instructions and he takes it. He's simple-hearted, to worship the deity and hear the Shastra. And he somehow or other, there's this simple faith, there's the influence of the object, and then there's the understanding of the object. And the influence of the object has power independent of the understanding of the object, but it has more power when you have the understanding of the object. So somehow or other, it's very powerful, the object, when he approaches it with simple faith. And it says that in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Even a neophyte can get bhava if he practices any one of the 5 items of devotional service humbly, without offense. And we have the story, it's one of my favorite stories, of Bibhishan. Just an old Jewish man, I don't know what he was doing in Vrindavan, and he comes into Vrindavan and he sees the deity, right? And he's so humble and simple and pained in life. That's important, pained in life. It opens your heart that I need something higher. When you're pained in life, you think it can create humility. So he had humility. His name was Shlomo. And he came before the deity and he began to cry in ecstasy. But he didn't stop there. He started to inquire. He accepted a guru. He took association with advanced devotees. So that really elevated the path. The understanding revealed the object more. And sometimes the object is profoundly manifest at the beginning to give us a goal so that we can practice. And then sometimes withdrawn. Brahmanda Brahmate Konya Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti. You get that Bhakti Lata Beach, that experience. Sometimes at the beginning you taste a drop of Namabhas. Not the sun, but the dawn. But the heat and light is very powerful anyway. In the dawn, I have it's completely dark here in the morning and I'm chanting. Then when the dawn comes, the light, reveals a lot. And then it comes up as, it's heat and light, but it becomes intensified when the day comes. So there's this kind of point that's going on, that he's getting a lot, and it's moving him in the right direction, but he gets diverted because he doesn't have what we would call sambandha gyan. really solid foundational metaphysical knowledge of what is God, what is spirit, who's the controller of both. And so now he's being directed again. He's directed again, and somehow he dozes off. Because he's really simple, so he's attached to his mantra, and it's the Gopal mantra. So he's getting benefits. So he's really, and he kind of dozes off, and I don't know he has a vision of Lord Madhava. And Madhava says, go, just go. Lord Shiva told you that, right? Go to the path along the shore of the Jamuna, because the Jamuna goes to Prayag. Just follow it's a great way, right? You want to get to Vrindavan? Just walk along the path of Jamuna, and you'll get to Vrindavan. And he goes there, and he says, you'll attain extraordinary pleasure. Go there, don't delay on the road for any reason. And it's a fact. I'm here, and it's just like every day there's people coming. Yesterday we had these two people from Miami come, and Leela Vilasini was taking them around. My God, she showed me this video of Barsana, where the local, the people were chanting this incredible bhajan. And these new people are there in the midst of this incredible thing. And what they're chanting is, they're singing, I will surely meet Radharani one day. I will surely meet Radharani one day. So, okay. So they got this Bhakti Lata Beach. They got this somehow or other. What Vrindavan is, if I'm going to provide the right experience, and Leela Vilasini is going to assist me and different people, and Rupa Seva Kunj and all this thing, then Krishna sends the people that he's ready to open every door. He says, you're ready for bhakti, and one door after another. We had this other experience with this one man that came, every door opened. And then, I'm great, I'm sitting here, then they take him to me, and then I give them some philosophy or something, and they become really moved. I had one group, 15 people, really moved. And then I took them to my friend Gurunganam. I think you read that article, or has it come out today? It comes out today. If you look at it, it's called Mahabhavdan. He has 150 deities. I'm so close with him now. And the most embarrassing thing is my deity is there now. You saw it. Gurunganam.
Oh, you mean your Murti, yes.
Yeah, Champak's here. It's you'll read about it in Monday morning greetings. So the experience of the people, and they say my heart. And then, and this is related to the verse, then I get this letter from this one second. I get this letter from this lady that came here, who is not a vegetarian, right? She went on a tour with Kishore, Colombian, he's sure, but in America, they're famous. He said, Pranam Maharaj, this is Lorena from Miami. It was a great honor and blessing to meet you today. I'm deeply grateful for the time you kindly shared with us today and the precious gift. I look forward to the opportunity to see you again in Boca Raton in April. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to be of service while you're in Florida. It would be my greatest privilege to assist you in any way with heartfelt gratitude and reverence. So this is Vrindavan. People can get, one of the things I did speak about to those preachers is the importance of Vrindavan to give people that come to Krishna consciousness faith. We'll see 18 Colombians. I have 2 Colombians here. That's my extent of my Spanish. I have 2 Colombians here. Right? Colombia. With an O, not a U. Took me like 5 years to realize that. But yeah, we'll have 18 people coming. And we arrange through this pure Vaishnava. You're all invited. He'll make such a feast, such a prasad he'll have. You can cook your khichdi and thing and then come over. What?
I will do it.
I know.
I have no
It's the best. If you can do that, it's the best. As long as you don't become dry. As long as you become, as long as you can take the fruits of Colombia and, little kirtan salsa, little like that, it's great. So he gets this extraordinary pleasure. It's best, actually. He gets this extraordinary pleasure. He said, go there, you'll get this taste. If you go there, you'll get a contact with God that will change your heart. So, and now, in answer to your question, Gail, this Brahmin meets a cowherd boy who is Gopakumar. And this part of the Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta, Gopakumar tells his story of enlightenment. So thus, tatrāsādhāraṇaṁ uttaya rishtasan prishtita kramat Srimad Madhu Parim Prapta Snato Visranti Tirtike. Thus the Brahmin arose early in the morning and happily set out on his journey. Gradually he came to be blessed to the blessed Madhupuri, Mathura, Madhupuram, Mathura, and bathed at Vishranti Ghat, where Krishna rested after he killed the Kamsa deity. It's where people generally begin their parikram. When they have those big parikrams, it's generally where they begin their parikram. So he comes, and the custom, this is the custom of pilgrims, that first bathe in the Jamuna known as Vishram Ghat. So he started Vrindavan, and somehow he entered the Dham in that way. Gato Vrindavanam tatra jayam yanam najay chape tam parikram prayo vikshya bhikshnam nandana saha. He went on to Vrindavan and there felt enlivened at every moment. For while chanting his mantra, he saw in meditation most of the companions and surroundings from Krishna's pastimes. So he has this kind of innocent attachment to this mantra without offense. That's what it says. If you can do these items without offense, even a neophyte can get bhava. And he's chanting mantra, and he's chanting a Gopal mantra. And he somehow has that samskar, and he's a simple Brahmin. So somehow Radharani or Krishna sees something in him. And he saw Vrindavan, the cows, the cow herds, the kadamba trees. So it's something that you can't describe when the real Vrindavan manifests. Just like this girl that came, she just adored, she saw the real Vrindavan. I couldn't see the video, I don't know how to show, but sitting there with all these Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛtas chanting, I know one day I will meet Radha chanting like that. She's coming, and she's open-hearted. And she already went to Radha-kund, and then, to different things at Leela Sura, and she came here. And then when she came here, I talked to her, but I was having class at 5:30. So they came, I talked to them for about a half hour, and I said, you want to see Sri Rupa Seva Kunj? It's really something spectacular. And Leela has never seen it. It's a 6-hour. And so they had a car, we drive, it's like 5 minutes from my place. And we come there, and it's deities of the 6 Goswamis and Radha Shama Kund and 10,000 trees, and then this beautiful, guest house in Rajasthani style. And the devotees there, everyone you meet, they just seem like it's the kind of devotee you would want people to meet. So I couldn't stay. I took them to the cafe. And then they came back to see me and got my books. And they came back and said, it's so good. I have to say, it's something special. I don't know. They were just blown away. But the doors were opened. And then when he went, he went to Vrindavan and there felt enlivened every moment for chanting his mantras. It revealed. Because within the Nam is the Rupa, within the Rupa is the gunas, the qualities, the 64 qualities of Krishna. And then there are the devotees who are focused on those qualities in their relationship in Leela. So somehow it was all manifesting. Taramadye, Sarvashreshte, Nama Sankirtan, Nira Aparade Poya, Paya Premadan. There's 9 items of chanting the holy name is the best. You do without offense, you get prema. So, tasmin go ushite pasyan, kamapi tas tato brahman, keshi tir tasya purvasyam, dishi survasya rodhanam. He wandered here and there in that cow-adorned land. What a word, right? Cow-adorned. Go bhushate. Bhushanam is like ornaments, like Krishna's bhushanam, the ornament. Go bhushate. You can see Sanatana Goswami, even the Sanskrit is so rasika, right? So tasmin go bhushate. He wandered here and there in that cow-herd land. Apashyam, not seeing anyone, right? Just the cows. And there's so many monkeys in Govardhan because there's billions of bananas that are shipped into Govardhan. And trucks, you see in the morning, truckloads of bananas. And people like to do monkey seva. I protest and I help the people that are selling the grass for the cow seva. What is this monkey seva? But you can imagine if you were a monkey and bananas are your favorite food, where would you come? You would come to Govardhan. But at least here they don't steal the glasses because they're getting enough food. So there used to be in Vrindavan as many cows as there are monkeys. So ecstatic. But at one place on the eastern side of Keshi-ghat, he heard someone crying. So the first human being he was encountered, he met at Keshi-ghat. where Krishna killed the Keshi demon. And this is the commentary describes from the Varaha-purana. 100 times more sacred than the Ganga, O goddess earth, is Jamuna, my own abode, Mathura. No one need doubt this. More sacred than Mathura by 100 times is the place on the Jamuna where the Keshi demon fell. And 100 times more sacred than the Keshi god is the spot nearby where Krishna rested after the demon was killed. So he went there. Tadigbhāgam gata premna nama sankartana yutam tarakarnya mahustatra tam manusha mamargayat. Headed in the direction of that sound, he heard it mingled with constant nam sankirtan performed in pure love. So he looked for the person chanting. So he heard crying, but chanting crying. Gaura Govinda Swami, Prabhupada's illustrious disciple, said he wanted to open a crying school where the name comes from the heart. So what did he see? Premna, in pure love, Nam Sankirtan. And hearing constantly. And therefore, Manusham, he looked for that person. He looked for the person chanting. Who's chanting? From a distance, he recognized only the sound of crying, but as he approached, he heard the names of the Supreme Lord being sweetly chanted with great affection, with syllables drawn out long and melodious by someone whose heart seemed completely softened by love of Godhead. He became intent upon finding the person. And I think even a theme of this start in the first chapter, first book, is Narada Muni, the eagerness for sadhu sanga. When this lady Loren and this man came to see me with Leela, at the end the lady asked me, just give me one instruction, the most important thing. And I thought a while, and I said, the most important thing is seek and take advantage of sadhu sanga. I said, you went on Kishore from the Mayapuris, you went on his tour. When he comes to Miami, go see him. Come see me, I'm coming 1 hour north to Boca Raton, the Goloka Vrindavan for the Jews. Really. If you go there, you understand that. And they're becoming devotees. I'm a guy like 78, I mean, it's amazing. Lakshmi Nishringa, a wonderful devotee preaching there. I'll do my program, I'll have 70, 80 people in his house, 70, 80 people. And so I told the sadhu sangha, go to Alachua when they have their kirtan festivals. Seek out sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, shastra hoy, lava matra, sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. Very lava matra. That's who he gets, sadhu sangha. That's where it's at. Right, Champak? Sadhu sangha.
Yes, Governor.
That's what we have to get. Bhakti, sadhu sangha, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we have to get. It always gets, when I leave a place, it always gets best. That's what it always gets best. It's just too much. You have to understand, it's supposed to be really hot. I turned on the air conditioner today because I wanted to use it before I leave. You know, it's like, it's in the middle of the day, there are these cool breezes. In the middle of the day. And I know because they pick me up on this motorbike to take me to take lunch with Bhakti Vigyan. It's cool. So Jnana Daka Ra Rayanta Sapashyam Kanchid Unmukha Nirdaya Tadvani Stanam Jamuna Tiram Avrajate. He entered a dense, dark forest where he couldn't see anyone, but he discerned the place from which the sound came, and he eagerly went there to the bank of the Jamuna. There used to be a lot more trees in Vrindavan. I went on Prikram with Narayan Maharaj, and when we went around Punchari, it's the end of Govardhan, past Govinda Kund, Apsara Kund. People don't go there anymore because the Prikram kind of curtails a little bit. We used to go around there. He was showing us, there's Tamal tree and Kadamba tree, Radha and Krishna Tamal. He said 50 years ago it was a dense forest. Now you won't even find those trees. Although I have to say that a lot of good stuff is being done in Govardhan. The last 20 years, they planted so many trees. I mean, it's really good. And they stopped the cars. They stopped the cars on the Prikram. And you got to get in like a secret way. They stopped the cars, which is great. Now they may stop the rickshaws. There's like thousands of rickshaws now. And then I'll have to get a motorbike. Because then there'll be no way to get around. So thick was the forest that the leaves of the trees left no space for the light of the sun to enter. The Brahmins saw no one, but could still hear the sound of Nam Sankirtan, which drew him further. So even at Rupa Seva Kunj, they planted like 6,000 to 10,000 trees, really thick together. And the person who was in charge of that, Anupayani, who had a degree in landscape architecture and did this service for her guru, she researched all the trees in Braj, and they don't even come here anymore. But she said the way it grows is when you grow it thick, there's a competition among the trees, and they grow thicker. So she knew how to do that. Very powerful. And it's amazing, the people they have there, you can't even imagine. This guy he used to go on Prikram with me every Kartika, a very nice guy. And he's it seems like a world expert in fertilizer, you know. And he brought these bacterias, you know, and they just kind of, and everything flourishes. And even here, I saw they came and replanted my garden, which was destroyed during the construction here. And they came, and then I had 6 trees planted outside. You know, they wouldn't grow because of the land. And there was only 2 left, and he sprinkled some of that bacteria in there. And now they're growing for the first time. A bakul tree and a tamal tree. So it's tatra nipa nakunjanta gopi vesha parichadam Kishoram Sukhamarangam Sundaram Tat. There, in a grove of kadamba trees, he found a handsome young man whose body was very tender, with the dress and accoutrements of a cowherd. Purport: the person the Brahmin discovered was dressed like a cowherd boy with a flute, buffalo horn, and herding stick, with a peacock feather on his head. Every part of his body appeared auspicious. Mistaking the person for his worshipful deity, the Brahmin joyfully carried out, Gopala, 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 and he fell to the ground like a rod to offer respects. The young man was the crest jewel of those who know everything. As he regained external consciousness, he recognized his visitor as a Mathura Brahmin living in the district of the goddess Kamakya and worshipping Sriman Madan Gopal. The young cowherd man stood up and came out of the grove, bowed down to the Brahmin and embraced him and made him sit down. To further gain the Brahmin's confidence, the cowherd pleased him with hospitality and then smiled and revealed something about the Brahmin's life. The young cowherd, Gop Kumar, greeted his Brahmin guest in a manner befitting the time and place. And he knew everything. And how did he do this? Why did he do this? The Brahmin now understood that this young cowherd boy accepted him as the boy were a dear friend. Happily trusting him, the Brahmin then recounted his own life story. And it's something about somehow Radharani or something instructed this cowherd boy or something. It goes on. But you can see this story is extremely fascinating. And this BBT translation is literally the gold standard for translations. And it was done here. The interesting thing about it, the person who translated, he needed a place to stay, and he got in the ashram of one of my godbrothers who became a Babaji. And the ashram was next to Chakleshwar Mahadev, where Sanatana Goswami wrote the Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta. And then it was written here, and then Jayadvaita Maharaj, the Supreme Personality of Editors, and Keshava Bharti Maharaj did the preliminary editing. And I would watch them work on it and discuss the minor points together of translation and meaning. And therefore, it's written so clean. You know, sometimes you have to work your way through purports and they're not so clear. This is a masterpiece, even recognized by, you know, the academics. I think they even said this, that this is beyond, this is the standard. You can't get better than this, actually. And Gopi Pranadhana was a great saint, and he lived in this colony here. And the last thing he was, and I met him when I first came to the temple in 1970. When I came to the temple in 1970 in Brooklyn, they had the press there. And every week, a different all-star devotee would sit next to me. You name them, they sat next to me and preached to me the Sunday feast. It was one of the heights of the Krishna consciousness movement. People were joining. The quality of the programs, the katha, and I spoke to him, and I remember talking to him. He had a degree in linguistics from Columbia University. And the thing is, at the end of his life, and he died here, he had asthma attack, and he died in Govardhan. And he was traveling and preaching then, besides translating. He was preaching in China, and he was learning Chinese. So he was going to be able to preach in Chinese. So this was like a masterpiece done. I'll stop here because I have this other class after this with the, what's it called? The Bhakti Bhagavad Gita University. The Bhagavad Gita University. And it's really, I've developed such a relationship with the head of it, who comes to Vrindavan regularly and engages me in teaching their people. And she came to my Puriyatra and liked my class so much. Now I'm teaching the Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta from the beginning to their leaders, not their students, their leaders. So that's great. Let's see now. Okay. Oh, okay, 1 second here. Excuse my sadhu glasses, right? Like a Bṛhad-bhāsi, like it's all broken. And 1 second. Okay, Jamuna Jaya, are you still here? You want to?
Yes, Hare Krishna Raj. Thank you so much for class.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the this whole thing about this. I'm sorry.
What?
The fellow's really sweet faith, and that thing of that if practiced without offense, even the neophyte can attain bhava, you said, and that's so hope giving, and it's so beautiful that even someone that doesn't know, but it's without the offense part, but with great faith.
Right, and then when you come to an institution, you get the benefit of understanding, and you get the temptation for offense. And if you could get the understanding and avoid the offense, you could really go deeply. That's really the trick. You know, serving all Vaishnavas, avoiding, says Vaishnava doesn't argue in the Narada Bhakti Sutras. You know, avoiding these conflicts, you know, ego. We're constantly jockeying for superiority and control. Okay, thanks, Jamuna Jaya.
Thank you, Raj.
Okay, Gail?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
What's
You know,
up?
when you said that Keshava Bharti Maharaj and and oh my God, who else?
Jayadvaita
Jayadvaita
Swami.
Maharaj. They did the preliminary editing. Does that mean that Gopi Pranadhana, he did it? He came in afterward, or what
No,
does that
Gopi
mean?
Pranadhana translated it, right? But
Okay.
so translated it, but then editors, English editors, first Keshava Bharti reworked it in English, better English. That's their expert. And then they brought in Jayadvaita Maharaj to do the final editing. And then the three of them got together to discuss any points that were ambiguous. But Keshava Bharti did the initial editing. And it's good sometimes to have teams in that way, because maybe it's a lot of work just to get it from someone who's translating and doing it really quickly. For him to have to really edit it and think about the communication, but he gets it to a level that at least the editors can understand the English and understand the meaning, and then can communicate it in a more effective way. And I work with editors on my Monday morning greetings, and I'm pretty good at communication. There's not that much, but then Jayanta, he edits it, and sometimes what I don't like how he edited it, but from what he did, I can understand how what I said wasn't clear. And then I have to make it more clear, because I see that, he tried to make it more clear in a way that didn't really get exactly the flow or my language, so it's a real art. Okay, thank you.
I remember fondly the times when Keshava Bharti Maharaj, he would come to Second Avenue. I think he was still in the middle of, doing that editing on Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta, and I would hear his verses.
Yeah.
But one thing, Maharaj, I also really liked, a simple thing, but, the way you nested, Nam, Guna, Lila, that
Right.
yeah, that, because it makes sense of why we say it in that progression,
Right. I wrote about that in my Monday morning greetings. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else would like to say hello, ask a question? I don't have much time because in 4 minutes I have another class.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Maharaj, this is Himala Tarada.
Hi, Bo.
And we have a friend here with us, Juan Manuel, who is always coming to do Food for Life with us. He's
Wow,
visiting.
that's great. That's great. Hare Krishna, Jai. Good. Himalataradi, you love this, huh? This
Thank you so much
Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta.
for welcoming us.
Okay. Haribo, Sham.
Love it.
Okay. Sham, your kitchen,
Thank you for the
we're getting your kitchen ready for Govardhan.
Oh, great. The Maharaj told me. It's a great teacher now.
Okay. Okay. Haribo, anybody else?
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Maharaj.
Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna
you're
Guru Maharaj.
When are you getting your visa?
Maharaj, I'm in Florida right now.
What?
Yeah.
You're in Florida already?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
Yes, Maharaj.
That's great. Have you gone to the temple there?
Yeah, I'm in Krishna house right now. I arrived yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I made it in.
This is unheard of.
Yeah.
I can just tell you that Surya Radhika comes from the Middle East, and she comes from a country that's going to be on the American Red List. And the American Red List is, it doesn't matter what, if you're on that red list, if you have a visa, you can't come in, even if you already have a visa. So by the grace of Jayanta, who's such a wonderful immigration lawyer, he has a strategy. He makes 50 pages, so they have to read everything. So they rather just give the visa. So it's amazing that she got in, and hopefully she was supposed
with
to.
your blessing also, Maharaj. I mean, I had another plan, and it seems that Krishna had another plan, and you pushed us towards it. Thank you, Maharaj.
She was supposed to come here.
Yeah, I was supposed to be here right
now.
there right now. Yeah.
But then it came out that this red list was coming, right? And she had the preliminary approval. I said, go to the embassy immediately. And then they said the visa was ready. And I was kind of myself like worried that, you know, it'd be like the day before she goes, that list would be there. And now once she's there now. You know, if everything becomes regular and your mother can't come to America, then we'll all meet in Colombia
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
or something. Okay, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It was a bit stressful because we had to pack and do everything in just a few days, and it was such a hectic days, but I'm happy that I'm
When you
here
came to the
finally.
border and they looked at your passport, did they kind of blink twice?
Well, they asked me some questions about how I'm a Hindu from Iran and all that, but yeah.
They did? And what did you,
Yeah, but it was
what,
okay. And the
what
guy
did you,
was like,
what did you tell them?
"Oh my God, how is it possible, a Hindu from that country?" And I was explaining how it's possible, and he was like interested. "Oh my God, tell me your story." Yeah.
Really? What port of entry did you come in?
Well, the immigration happens in Canada. So our flight was from Vancouver to Toronto, from Toronto to Atlanta, and then to
But
Jacksonville.
they check it in Atlanta, right?
No, they checked it in Toronto. So our immigration happened there. Yeah.
And hopefully, Sriradhika, she's getting engaged, so this is why she came. Well,
Yeah.
all glories to Jayanta.
Yeah. All glory to you, Maharaj, also for your blessings.
Okay,
And
I'm so happy
thank you.
about this. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Well, now you'll have to come to my Vyas Puja.
Of course, I'm looking forward to it.
So we can all greet her there, because this was something that she'd never, ever expect. Okay,
It's one of my dreams, Maharaj.
okay, wow.
Thank you.
And we have to give, I'm supposed to give the other class, glories to her mother, because the mother just, her father died during COVID. The mother just, wanted her daughter to be happy and situated, made all sacrifice. So, she'll be separated, but she'll be happy. Okay, I have another class coming, so, okay.
Thank you.
Great.